typically at work. I run other media types, but
Yeah, I'll hand it over right now.
okay.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Good night.
And good night.
Night, Mary.
Glenn's calling me. 1 second.
Welcome, everybody. We're just waiting for a sec. Rick had to take another call.
All right. So he just called and said he's not gonna make it at all. So
Okay, well, we have
sorry,
three.
you guys.
All right.
Good to go.
So, looks like we have on the phone Mike, Nate, Valerie, of course, Rick, Tom, Patrick, and myself. So we are recording tonight's meeting, and we'll dive right into the agenda now. First up, of course, is approve the agenda. Rick, any changes to the 2 hearings and 3 septic permits?
2 hearings, 3 septic permits, and that's it. No additions.
Excellent. All right. So we can approve minutes from the April 6th meeting. Any concerns by Tom or Patrick?
None by Tom.
None by me.
All right. I agree. No changes for myself. All right. And let's see what we have up then. I guess we're a little early yet. Is there any correspondence at all, Rick, that we have, or just
Not to put up, I listed it all. So there were food service permit issue, food service permits that were issued for Cushing Academy, the Daily Grind and Bagel. There were inspections that were done for Briggs Elementary, Overlook, Lucky Dragon, and Cushing. Frozen dessert licenses that were issued to Tweedos and Brock and Company, which is the caterer at Cushing. And then there was the annual Pan Am Railways operational plan and vegetation management plan that we get. And then Ashburnham Water Department gave us their consumer confidence report certification, which they're required to provide to us annually.
Okay, thank you.
But
I guess
nothing,
we have,
nothing that's not kind of typically what we look at from all this.
so we have 1 minute until the first meeting on Hay Road. So if anybody has 6:05, I'm willing to go, but I have 6:04 here, so.
I got 6:04, but I can pull the plan up.
Okay, that'd be good. Are there any participants for the Hay Road, 33 Hay Road?
Yep, that's me.
And
Can you hear me?
I can
Nate.
hear you.
Nate Lambert.
Oh, all right, Nate. Excellent. Thank you.
My webcam's not working for some reason, so won't be able to see my lovely face.
So
We'll
are
just
you,
envision
are
it.
you the owner of the property, Nate?
I'm the representative. It's my dad's house, and
Okay.
I'll be the one kind of managing the project.
Very good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Scott, do you know how to give me host capabilities? It's the
Yeah.
the R Metcalf one.
Let me see. Screen share. Rick Metcalf. Do I make you a co-host?
Yep.
Is that- That work?
Sorry, it's the other one. It's the R Metcalf.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Here we go. right.
We went old school here.
Yeah, hand drawn. So we are at 6:06 if you guys want to open the hearing.
Excellent. So
Okay.
let's open a hearing for 33 Hay Road.
All right, so we're actually looking at two things for this, but the hearing portion of it is for the well location. There's an existing garage right here. They're looking to put an in-law apartment in, and as part of that, they'll be installing a new well, which is, can you see my cursor right
Yeah.
here? So that's where they want to put it. Hay Road comes right here. And there's two variances that they're looking for. So one is the reduction of the 25-foot setback to the property line. And they're proposing 12 feet. And then the other is a reduction of the 25-foot setback to the traveled way. And they're proposing 15 feet. The system on this plan is already existing. So they're trying to get away from the existing system. But you can see they've got some wetlands just above where the well is proposed. So they're really as far away from the existing leaching trenches as they can get. So they're kind of putting it in a location that meets that 100-foot, but requires variances to the property line into Hay Road.
What was the second one, Rick? Reduction of travel something?
Traveled way. So 25 feet is required and they're proposing 15 feet to the road.
And I, I know this plan's a little busy, but I'm sure there's no other place to put the well, given.
I don't think there is. So this, I'll bring my cursor along the wetland line. So this is the wetland line right here, along the back or the top of this plan. There's a culvert that goes under Hay Road that this wetland discharges through. And they're really, they're at 100 feet. And the only thing that they could do was either get, right on top of the wetlands or move it, farther away, which gets them even closer to the property line and the road. So I think they're kind of, wedged into that location because of the existing septic location.
Great.
And I did go out, this property right here, at least this portion is mostly wetlands. And across the street, I did locate the septic system and they are 100 feet away from that one.
Okay.
Nate, you have any concerns with the plan as it's presented?
No, I don't have any concerns. I guess, yeah, just to add with what Rick was talking about, it was the well location does really kind of put us in a corner. And I mean, I definitely see the variances, needing to be done because, I mean, if you look all the way to the left, I mean, that's a very sloped area, very congested with trees and everything. And that's what we kind of thought might have been what we'd have to do, but I don't know if that would work either because of the leach field location. But other than that, I mean, if the engineer had the best solution to be that location, then I have to, kind of go with that.
Yep, I would agree. Patrick or Tom, you have any concerns with what you've seen? Or?
No, it looks pretty straightforward. And was there a letter attached with this, Rick?
There was. So the letter is dated May 1st, 2021.
All right.
I have no
move-
concerns.
That's all we've been waiting to hear.
Excellent.
I
Somebody want a
move-
motion?
I motion to accept the variances as outlined in the letter attached.
I second that.
Patrick Durkee, how do you vote?
Aye.
Tom Flanagan,
Tom Flanagan, aye.
Scott Sibley, aye.
And I think John's on here too.
Is he?
I saw him at one point.
It's that quiet iPhone that's on there.
Ah. John, how vote you?
Oh, he muted himself.
Hang on, let me see if I can unmute him. We go through this. I can't.
There you go.
I'm working on technology yet.
There you go, John. You made it. John, how do you vote on
I've
that?
done the video, hold on.
I'm sorry?
He's
Go
trying to
ahead.
turn his video on.
Oh. Well, we can hear you either way, so.
That's good.
Do you want to vote on this on 33 Hay Road?
I voted in favor of what you guys are doing.
We lost
That's
you.
another
I
eye.
think that's, he said he
That's an
voted
aye.
in
He
favor.
votes in favor,
Okay.
so all
Excellent.
approved.
All
All
right.
right.
Excellent.
So then if we, well, we've got the plan up here, if we can look at the other portion that they're proposing. So like I said, they're gonna be putting a in-law apartment above this existing garage. And as part of that, they'll be installing a 2,000 gallon combo tank in the back. So it'll be 1,500 gallons that will act as a septic tank and 500 gallons that will act as a pump chamber. It's just going to be a 1-bedroom in-law apartment. The leaching area was already oversized, so the existing house is only 2 bedrooms, and this will add the 3rd bedroom. And then they'll pump up to the to a new break box that'll go into the existing D box. So really just adding a tank to handle the flow from the in-law apartment, but the leach field's already adequately sized.
Okay.
And there are no variances on that one, so it's full compliance, that portion of it.
Perfect.
Good.
So
Okay.
you guys okay with issuing that permit?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
All right, so it's 6:14, so we can move on to the next one if you guys are ready.
Yeah,
You betcha.
absolutely.
All right,
Thank you.
So it's 54 Winding Cove Road. I'll take this one down.
Thank you, Nate.
Right now.
Thanks, guys. Do I need to stay on?
Take
for the
care.
rest?
No, you're all
No.
set.
No,
Yeah. I appreciate it.
go
a
have
good
dinner.
day.
You too.
Yes. Can't wait.
Yeah.
And do we have any participants for 54 Winding Cove Road?
Yes,
Yes, and who would be participating?
Mike Perry.
All right.
And Mike's the current owner.
Welcome,
Correct.
Mike.
And I believe Valerie is on the line as well. I'll take this one for now. So we do have a letter that's dated April 30th, 2021 that lists the variances, but I'll go through them. And what they're looking to do is, let me zoom in on it because it's a pretty small.
What was the
Area.
date, Rick?
April
30th.
30th, 2021. So right now they've got existing system that's right in the same general location as where they're proposing the new one. What they're looking to do is run a line out that'll go to a clean out and turn to go into a septic tank that's going to be placed downhill. The septic tank is going to be a 2,000 gallon combo tank, so similar to the one we just looked at. It'll be 1,500 gallons. That'll be the septic tank, and 500 gallons that will act as the pump chamber. And then it'll pump up to the D box, and these are infiltrator chambers. In order to fit everything in, they are asking for 5 variances. So the first one is an offset to the groundwater reduction in the offset to groundwater. So required would be 4 feet. They're asking for 3 feet. They're asking for a reduction in the distance between the foundation and the leaching area. 20 feet is required by code. They're proposing 13 feet. They're asking for a reduction in the offset from the lake. 100 feet is required, and they're proposing 65. They're asking for a reduction in the square foot of leach area. So they meet the Title V requirement for leaching area, but because they're proposing infiltrator chambers, there's a requirement within the state's approval for that technology that you provide at least 400 square feet unless it's not feasible. So Valerie's basically saying that it's infeasible to provide the 400 square feet, and they've proposed 378 square feet, so a reduction of 22 square feet from the requirement. And then the last one, which isn't a variance, but it's just a 2-bedroom design, so they'll have to put a notice on the deed disclosing that the system's only designed for 2 bedrooms. The house should only be 2 bedrooms. So really the only variances are the 1 foot groundwater reduction, the reduction in the offset to the foundation, the reduction in the offset to the lake, and then the 22 square foot of leaching area reduction from the state's approval for this particular technology.
Very good.
Rick, do you see this as being the best situation here?
I think I mean, you can see on the plan, there's just, there's not much room. It's only a 12,500 square foot lot. You've got an existing garage on one side, and then you've got the house on the other side. Town water comes in the front, and they've got electrical service and a gas line to a buried propane tank. So I think unless you really wanted to move a lot of the utilities around, you're kind of stuck in that area where the existing system is. And I think it's kind of one of those situations where you're kind of trying to find the best solution for an existing condition. And this seems to be it. I think you just you get kind of too expensive and too complicated once you
Sure.
start moving all the utilities around.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Great. Mike, I know this is your property here. Is there any concerns you have or any feedback you want to give?
I'm just listening to the experts.
All right, I don't blame you. We do the same many times. Excellent. So if there's any questions, guys, John, Tom, Pat?
No, it sounds like they're doing the best they can with what they have to work with.
Yeah, I agree. All right, somebody
So-
want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll move to accept the variances on the letter dated 4/30/21.
I second that.
All in favor? Tom,
Tom Flanagan, aye.
Patrick,
Patrick Durkee, aye.
John?
Aye.
Excellent. Scott Sibley, aye. Okay. Very good.
All right. so
Mike,
bring this one
you're all
down.
set with us. I know this
Okay.
is riveting conversation, so you can always listen in, but
All right, thank you guys very much for your time.
have a good night.
You too,
Good
sir.
luck with your project.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna bring up 96 Lincoln Ave.
Can you tell me Mike's last name?
It's Perry,
Oh.
Perry.
Oh, that's Mike Perry.
All right, so this is 96 Lincoln Ave, and they are asking for one local upgrade approval. And just to add to the minutes, actually, before we go too far, I did get green cards for 54 Winding Cove Road, so they did notify abutters. 33 Hay Road was a well variance, and your well regs do not require a butter notification. So there wasn't any for that.
Thanks, Rick.
So this one's 96 Lincoln Ave. I do have a letter dated March 31st of 2021, which lists their local upgrade approval, which is a request to reduce the groundwater offset from 4 feet to 3 feet. That is the only variance that they're asking for. The plan is to come out and use the existing 1,000 gallon tank. So somebody will have to certify to its structural integrity. But as long as it's still in good shape, they're proposing to use it. The 1,000 gallon tank will feed to a 1,000 gallon pump chamber, and then it will get pumped up to 3 infiltrator trenches. There is a barrier going around the 3 sides to reduce the breakout and keep it within the confines of the lot without trying to chase the slope. But they only variance or local upgrade approval that they're asking for is that 1 foot groundwater reduction.
Okay. Any questions on that?
No, not for me.
Not for me.
None for me.
Great. And Rick, because there's a variance, we want to vote on this, I would assume, right?
Yeah, so the local upgrade approvals, they don't require a hearing, but they're still kind of treated the same. So yeah, somebody should make a motion and take a vote on it.
Yeah.
All right. I move to accept the 1 foot groundwater reduction on this property as outlined.
I second.
All in favor? Patrick?
Aye.
Patrick Durkee and John, aye.
Tom?
Tom says aye.
Scott Sibley says aye. They all say
Aye.
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 Take this one down.
I'm gonna go with John first next time.
There you go.
I'm
Keep 'em on his toes.
catching on.
All right, so we're moving on to 151 Tuckerman Road. And
Oh, boy.
right, so this is a new construction lot. It's owned by Valerie, and she's the one that had put the plan together. So I just got it last week, and I had looked it over for her. I had sent her some comments that still needed to be addressed that I think are pretty minor, but I haven't gotten the revisions back from her yet. So I guess what I'm asking is, it's new construction, so there's not going to be any variances. This is essentially going to be the design with the well out back, the primary leaching area being a infiltrator field out front, and then the reserve area over to the left of the driveway. I'm just wondering, once she submits those plans, assuming that there's no major changes, if you guys would be okay with me issuing a permit.
Yeah. I have no problem with that. I know we've done this a number of times, certainly in
Yeah.
this COVID world, so.
No issues.
No issues
No
here.
problem.
All right, so I'll just wait for those to come back in, and then if it looks good, then I'll issue that.
Very good.
So next thing on the agenda is the COVID update.
Did we do Hay Road?
Yeah, so we had kind of thrown it in with the well variance hearing we had for the same property.
Oh, I see, I see. So that was just the septic, I see, okay.
Yep, so they
Great.
had the tank and the force main installation.
But they're full compliant with that, right?
That was fully compliant. The well was the one that required the variance.
Right, okay.
All right, so let's see, COVID update. So we'll just go over the numbers real quick. So just to remind you guys, these are, or let me bring this down here. These are reported on Thursday afternoons, and the numbers that they provide are the case counts for the previous 14-day period. So your last reporting was on May 6th, and they reported 8 cases in Ashburnham, which puts you guys in that gray designation. Just going over the numbers in the previous few weeks, on 4/29, there were 13 cases. On 4/22, there were 14 cases. And on 4/15, there were 15 cases. So we're seeing kind of a trend down in general in town, in the district, and in the state. So all good information. I did go through the vaccination numbers, and I just want to pull up my table here because I was kind of surprised. I didn't realize the 0 to 19 population in Ashburnham was quite as big as it is. It actually makes up, I think it was 26% of the town. So when we had looked at those vaccination numbers last time, I think they were a little skewed just because that 0 to 19 population does represent a pretty big portion. So if you look at the vaccination numbers, not looking at that particular age group, the people that have received at least 1 dose in the 20 to 29 year bracket, 45% of the people in that category in town have been vaccinated with at least 1 shot. 50% of people 30 to 49 years old, 62% of people 50 to 64 years old, greater than 95% of people 65 to 74 years old, and 94% of people 75 plus. So it looks like the people that really needed the vaccination have gone out and gotten it. And then when you look at the people who have been fully vaccinated, let me just get that here. It's 26% of the people 20 to 29 years old, 33% of the people 30 to 49 years old, 45% of people 50 to 64 years old, 88% of people 65 to 74 years old, and 84% of people 75 plus. So hopefully by the next time we talk, those numbers will be right up there. And like I said, that older population, they've already gone out and gotten their vaccinations, and it looks like a bunch of them are due to go back for their second shots shortly. Just wanted to let you guys know, I went on the Mass Vac Finder site on mass.gov today, and there are plenty of appointments. If somebody decided they wanted to get vaccinated tomorrow, they more than likely could. I don't know if Glenn had sent out the announcement that Jim Gariffi had issued on Sunday, but I'll go through it just in case. So he wrote to the chairmans of the boards of health that as of tomorrow, our regional collaborative, it'll be at Devon's at the, I think it's called Clear Path for Veterans in Devon's. That's where we will be running our regional collaborative. The first will be tomorrow, and the plan is to open every Wednesday thereafter, unless we can get enough staff together to open up for more days. We had received 500 doses, and as of this afternoon, we had 11 people signed up. So if you know anybody that's looking for one, we've got plenty of doses left to give out, and they can find the site and register for it through mass.gov. And again, that's tomorrow, and they'll be open throughout the day. The Department of Public Health also announced that we had received a Public Health Excellence Grant, and that's going to allow us to add another health agent, a part-time food inspector, and a public health educator to our staff. We'll also be able to get some inspectional software. So I think our food service inspectors are going to start using iPads to be able to do their inspections and generate a report right on the scene. And then as far as the state's reopening plan, some of it went into effect yesterday. So we entered into phase 4, step 2. So it really doesn't affect Ashburnham way too much. But amusement parks, theme parks, outdoor water parks were able to open at 50% capacity after submitting their safety plans to the Department of Public Health. Road races, other large outdoor organized amateur or professional group athletic events were permitted to take place with staggered starts and other appropriate safety measures after submitting plans to the local Board of Health or to the Department of Public Health. Large capacity venues, those are the places like Fenway Park and Gillette Stadium. They were able to increase their capacity to 25%. It was previously 12%. The youth and adult amateur sports tournaments are now allowed for the moderate and high risk sports. And then singing is also now permitted indoors. They do have to meet distancing requirements, but these are places like performance venues, restaurants, event venues, and other businesses. The grocery stores and retail stores with pharmacies, previously they had to have senior hours. That is no longer in effect. It's not a requirement, although they are still recommending that they keep those hours in place. And then looking forward on May 29th, subject to public health data and vaccination data, there are plans to increase the gathering limits. And these are for outdoor events, public settings, and private settings. So it does affect private residences that up until that point, the numbers have been pretty small as far as what's allowed. And that's going to increase to 200 people indoors and 250 people outdoors. Also, as part of that change, that'll be effective May 29th. Street festivals, parade, and agricultural festivals will be allowed to open after submitting plans to the local Board of Health for review. Bars, beer gardens, breweries, wineries, and distilleries will also be able to open, but they'll be subject to the restaurant rules. So basically, it's not going to be the typical bar. It's going to be basically seated alcohol service, and they'll have that 90-minute table limit, and there's still no dance floors allowed. The restaurant guidance will also be updated to eliminate the requirement that you have to order food with your alcohol when you go to a restaurant. So some pretty big changes, and moving in the right direction to getting back to normal.
Agreed.
Um,
Did everybody, I think, I know I received it. Did everybody get a copy of that from Glenn, just so you have it?
I
Yeah,
did, yep.
perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, Rick.
And that's really all I've got. I've got one other thing, actually. We had talked about last meeting, 26 Hilltop Drive. That was the one where the two abutters had come on, Ron Putnam and I think it was
Oh, and they were
David Adams.
questioning the measurements.
So one was the measurements of the well. So I sent him the plan, and I never heard back from him as far as that goes. And then the other one was about sending a camera down to the system to make sure that because it hasn't been used and it's been in the ground for quite a while, that there was no root intrusion or other issues that might cause a system to not function properly. So I did talk to Reno Alvinen, who's the owner, and he's already hired a company that's going to come out within the next couple of weeks to do that, and he'll supply us with those results. I did talk to Ron Putnam, and he seemed happy with that outcome. So I think we'll take care of those concerns.
Great.
Good.
Okay. Anything else on the, I know we don't have anything else on the agenda. We already went over the correspondence. Anybody on the board have anything they
Well,
need to bring up?
question. When can we go back to regular meetings?
Yeah, so Rick, I know you were
Yep.
gonna check with the town about in-person meetings. Are
Yep.
we,
So I did talk to Mary and she said they're looking into it now. We might be able to do it in June. So I'll have to kind of let you know as we get closer, but I know the town administrator and the board of selectmen are discussing it. And as soon as they give us the thumbs up to use the building for those purposes, then we can get back in there.
great, thank you.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Anything else, guys, that you have on your wish list tonight?
Nothing.
No, I'm all set, thank you.
Excellent. Mr. Durkee,
No.
you're good? All right,
Happy to move on.
all right.
So where is our chairman tonight?
Best I can tell, he had a meeting that was gonna conflict. It ran right till 6:02, I think he was saying, and he was out of town, so I don't
Yeah,
think he could
he
make
was
it back
probably
in
at the
time.
Woo Sox home
So
opener.
does that mean a girlfriend or what does it mean?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Uh, But I know that I
Okay,
happened to
good
bump
night.
into him and then I ended up doing this, so we'll look forward to him being back next month.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
You did a good job, Scott.
Yeah, yeah. So
You did.
are we, if we're good here, we can stop the recording. Do I stop it, Rick, or does it? how
Yeah,
do
if you want
let me
to
see.
close the meeting first and then just
Okay.
stop it. But yeah, I can turn it off too if you
Oh,
want.
you can start. Yeah. All I see is video. I don't see the recording piece of it. So, oh, it's up in the corner here. Okay. All right. So if we want to adjourn the meeting at 6:38.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
All right,
Aye.
I.
Okay, everyone. Everyone have a
Have a
great
good
night.
night.
and two.